Quiet.
Seems like we're cool.
You guys are so cool.
Let's be honest, Ben. No one has ever referred to me using that term.
Yeah, on the
That
signal.
must have pleased the family.
It
Yeah,
did.
what?
And now Dad's getting a phone.
Can't
He
wait
had a
for
phone.
it to sit in his glove box for the next 2 decades.
Yeah, exactly.
The battery will never be charged.
Yeah, that's right.
Cotton candy, I tell you.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
wild.
Been doing a number of nights, so it's really nice when you walk. You kind of got the street lights glowing through, and then in the morning, the sun's up, and you're just waiting for Mary fucking Poppins to start floating on an umbrella and start singing.
Well, it sounds nice.
Well, Davidson, did you see those photos? Like, cause you're a big Asian.
That's good. Copacetic? And I'll
Are you drinking beer, Ben?
Maybe.
My morning bath. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Okay. The party waits in anxious silence, having just dispatched 2 guards who had pursued them into the jakes. Willem has temporarily succumbed to his wounds, rendering their plan of escape through the sewer pipes untenable if they wish to preserve him. Unfortunately, time is not on their side, as a laborer bears down on your position. He has taken a hesitant pause afore the jakes, perhaps observing the charred, mangled corpse outside.
Distract him. Make a magical whistle or something. Draw him away so we can flee this stifling place.
Brother, the ascension is upon us.
Make a charisma roll. We'll see how this plays out. Yes, your dark form emerging from the shadows of the jakes startles the man terribly. Pure blood. And then he turns 180 degrees and scurries away. And looking in the direction he scurries, Razumith, peering down that way, you can see a squad of men approaching with the other laborer who had previously fled to alert these soldiers of your presence.
Razumith, what do you see? What? There are many more of them. We should flee. Glib, we need to flee. I'm going this way. And he's going to, with the intention of foisting Willem, leave in this direction.
Very good. Good. Okay. Along the right-hand side of the steel foundry building.
Bingo.
Glib?
Hide in the jakes. Open the lid and just kind of hang down.
Isfahan, do you say anything to Razumith?
Head northward around this large, dastardly metal-looking building. Are you with me, Razumith?
Agreed.
His intention, I think, is to just follow the wall, looking for a place to take cover.
We'll shift back to Glib, and you can hear the clanking approach of the armored guards as they investigate the jakes, and you can hear the voices speaking. You said it was here, the strangers, they killed Kramer. They are not to be taken lightly. But the pure blood, we can take the pure blood, we will be rewarded. Yeah, of course we take the pure blood, the reward will be great. Great bounty on top of this bounteous evening. Oh, Ernst, not a good way to die. And you can hear a clanking and banging as they drag his corpse off of the jakes that you had propped him up against, Glib, and they exit the building, you may presume, to search the general area.
After giving a moment, I'll climb back out. Jesus Christ, it smells. What do these guys eat?
For Razumith and Isfahan, as you peer around the circular edge of this strange black steel foundry, you see the keep walls rise on either side of you, the outer Saltzhelm keep. Ahead of you, the bailey opens up as it moves towards the sea onto an ancient stone pier, the original birthplace of Ghastly's naval power. Your eyes, obviously, are immediately drawn to a gigantic, otherworldly black spire ascending from the sea, a colossal, rough-surfaced finger pointing directly towards that unnatural full moon. Even more bizarre than this is the elaborate scaffolding built around the spire. Scaffolding set up to enable what must have been an inconceivably difficult and complex endeavor, the construction of several stacked stories of concentric glass and brass rings, forming a skyscraper-sized focusing lens atop the whole mad mess. Let's step back in with you. What's your plan of action, Glib?
My guess is I can crawl around the back of the jakes without being observed.
The eyes of the nearest guard turn towards you. Well, what do we have here? We'll pause on that as we go back to Isfahan and Razumith.
This structure is an abomination that needs to be destroyed.
Isfahan's going to cast about for maybe a nook or a cranny in which to take some cover.
There is a space between two what appear to be warehouse buildings on your right. Here is a long, deep alley.
Tugging on Razumith's arm silently, he's gonna make his way. Tiring of Willem, is gonna try to find a slightly less pissy part to put him down for a second to
Sure,
rest his
yeah.
shoulder. Taking a moment's rest here to think here.
We'll skip on back to Glib.
Glib's going to run back to the jakes and try and go down the hole.
You made it.
He'll go down the hole. The intention is to see if he can't find a way back in based on what Willem said.
You are left outside. You work your way north along the wall. It meets the pier at the far end where Isfahan and Razumith are now exploring. However, between you and the pier is a steep drop-off where a rock hill leads to the beach. This beach is partially submerged on account of the tide. We'll leave it there as we transition back to Isfahan and Razumith.
Isfahan would like to take a moment and reach out towards the crone and look for guidance.
Doubt and dread fill your heart. Doom washes over you, but then the touch of the crone, light at first and then more reassuring, like a firm hand on your shoulder, and you can hear its voice clear in your mind's ear. It says, "This is the time to be on your guard. This is the deepest of danger, and perhaps now is a time best suited for rest and repair, lest you enter something even more horrifying, beyond comprehension, unprepared."
Razumith, I suggest we rest here a while. I believe our companion will find us. And he's gonna, try and take a nap.
Glib, we'll go back to you. You stand on the hill outside the keep, alone, with the wind rushing over the land.
Glib, following his instincts, will start making his way. He's like, well, at least the air out here is fresh, somewhat. God, I hate the sea.
In the distance, against the wall of the keep where it meets the land, you can see a strange outcropping and a darkness within, which you suspect to be a cave, and your intuition reports that at high tide, this cave most certainly would be completely invisible.
Ah, this looks like what Willem was talking about. Good job, Glib. I'm going to investigate this tunnel.
You get that undeniable stink of death and as it widens, you see on your right-hand side a chamber filled with bodies in various stages of decomposition, and coming closer, Glib, you see various stages of transformation as well.
Glib's going to continue deeper into the cave.
Your thiefly senses tingle. You detect danger in the area. Everything tells you that there's a trap, Glib, but you are unable to discern its nature or its precise triggering mechanism.
He thinks it might be better to try and get around the wall by the pier.
Glib, you struggle out of the cave and into the water. You feel the current start to pull you out. I'll have you make an athletics roll. Yes, the current takes you, Glib. You're moving quickly now towards the pier. Your feet come off the ground and the surf begins to crash against you. Let's make another athletics check.
See if I can grab hold. What the? Ah!
Your grasp reaches out for one of the thick posts of the pier. It scrabbles. Your fingernails claw on but fail. You may have one more attempt.
No! Help!
You
Help!
were cruelly crushed against one of the posts. Glib tossed about. You incur 2 points of damage.
So Glib passes out.
Oh, shit. Your limp form is tossed in the water. Darkness reaches around you. Isfahan, from your restful repose, an instinct pricks at your mind and you have a powerful urge to peer out the alley at the water. You thought you might have heard a high-pitched croak.
A familiar girlish scream.
Looking out, you can see the unmistakable form of the only gnome in miles, slowly receding past the stone of the pier, about halfway past the wooden dock now, clearly taken by the current.
Isfahan's gonna turn to Razumith and say, I believe our companion is drowning.
Let me see if I can fetch him.
I will stay here with our other unconscious companion.
Razumith will make his way towards Glib.
Okay. As you approach the dock, the guard at the edge of the pier, alerted by your footsteps, turns and sees you. Razumith, you dive into the water, make your strength roll. Razumith clutches at your clothing but is unable to get a grasp, himself now buffeted by the waves. The guard on the shore approaches. Isfahan, things are looking pretty desperate.
Isfahan's gonna inhale deeply and sprint towards Razumith.
Glib, you sink beneath the water. Razumith, make one more strength check. Finally, a firm grasp, one arm around one of the posts of the pier. You feel above you, Razumith, a strong arm reach down and grip you by the back of your cloak and haul you and your unconscious companion. Looking up, you see the face of a guard as he says, Well, well, pure-blood swimming strangers. Isfahan, you're sprinting up. That is the scene you come upon, and that is where we shall leave it for this evening.
If it can go wrong, it does.
Alright, well, guys, I can't wait to see what happens next week.
Good game, DM. Thank you.
Good work, guys.
Nighty night, boys.
Good night, fellas. Love you, bye.